Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So, anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which Black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of Black sperm. Because most Black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families. And that means we want Black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings. And sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of Black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey.
Holy hell. We've been here. She got 2 vials. Listen, and this is the part people ain't talking about. You can't find a quality man in real life. How many quality men do we know going to sperm banks? How many quality men are out here broke and in need of that money? These are the desperate. These are the men you wouldn't date in real life. These are the men donating.
No,
That's
they
the
do.
Oh
that's
no!
yes.
These
Yes,
are they go through a lengthy
that's the
training
elephant
process.
in the room. That's the elephant in the room. These are the men.
They go through a
These are
lengthy
the men y'all women. Y'all don't want these men in real life, but y'all would accept they ski. Y'all
Gavin,
think
you've never looked
Before
into
y'all
it.
speak, just think it through. One
They,
second.
they go through a lengthy process. You cannot just let anybody donate. They have
Okay,
to
that's fair.
screen for disease. They
Oh,
have
that's
to
fair.
screen for sickle
No,
cell.
that's all granted. Granted. Him mental health, no diseases, even height, whatever y'all want to say. Now here we go. I want y'all really to imagine a resourceful 100K man saying, you know what, I'm about to jump in my S class and go down to the skeet bank and make a deposit. I want you to picture this because this is the men that these women want. So that's what I mean. We got to use our common sense and picture this. Picture this man, this resourceful, busy man. Say, I'm about to make time to go down to the skeet bank. I don't need this extra bread. I'm
That's not
resourceful.
who's going, Mr. Walker. It's the man in college. It's the guy who's trying to get some money while he's broke. He might be in college for something that he'll eventually make money for. But
Right.
when you find, first off, it's an age. Like the age gap for women, I think stops at like 31. So these are not older people. These are younger people who donate eggs and sperm. So a lot of
so that
times
makes it better. So that makes it better that these women out here get knocked up by 22-year-old men and they 40 something.
no, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is
Hell, but you gotta slice this pie. You gotta slice it somehow. How we slice it?
no, but they ask so many questions about the
Yeah,
history
but
of
that
the
man is
great.
still not resourceful. It's still not the man Ebony would date in real whole life. He don't have money. He has nothing to offer her. They going off at best. They going off genetics, maybe. But what I'm saying is, you don't know. You going off. Ebony K is going off faith. She's believing this bank. She's believing whatever they tell her. They like used car salesmen. They can tell her whatever the hell they want. She don't know what they pumping up in her.
What? I mean, you can get sued if they lie.
No, you can't. You don't know. What do you
You
don't
have
know?
no facts and
Wait, time
present.
out. You ain't about to sue. This is an elective procedure at least.
Yeah.
This ain't they didn't need
They have stringent requirements to donate.
stop.
You
Ain't
have to
that
be over the age of 18, and you can only hit the age of 40.
Listen, it's the same requirement. It's the same exact requirements to donate that it is to get inside the strip club. Stop the cap.
It is not, Gavin. You've
Yes,
never
it
looked
is.
into it.
The same man that can walk inside the strip club can go and donate right after.
These are
That
normal.
doesn't mean he's going to get picked.
No,
It
he
doesn't mean he's gonna
will.
get
It's
picked.
a shortage. They taking whatever black man walk in there. They take.
No, you choose the donor that you decide on. You find out what they look like, their family history. It has to be proven. They give you a questionnaire that'll make you say F it, even for the 30 grand that they offering you.
And
Now I'm
I'm
gonna
just
say
telling you, that's a desperate man. What resourceful man got to go sit there all day taking these questionnaires, going through, jumping through all these hoops?
Students who need the money.
Hold on.
Students who need the money.
I'm a resourceful man. I'm about to go jump through all these hoops for money that I don't need. Make it make sense.
you do need it if you're young.
Students do this. This is mostly students who do the donation because they need the money. They go through a stringent process.
And that's what I'm saying. And 20 years from now, this man can end up homeless on the streets holding a sign.
What?
Sync them. They're synced them. They're seen star.
He's going to
They're not developing a relationship with the mother.
There's the same demographic of men. It's the same thing.
But she's not trying to develop a relationship with this man.
Yeah, but that's the DNA you pumped inside your baby as a homeless bum. That's where her daddy gonna be.
Yeah, but they screen out all of those things. What does this person
screen
do?
out somebody gonna be
What kind
homeless?
of genetic material do they have? What kind of family do they have? They have all of these markers when you donate. They don't just let anybody donate. A homeless person cannot come on the street.
How do you know this, Either Queen? You speak of, you don't know this.
I got into
I'm not trying to hear it. No,
about what this was about. So you can't just donate.
I've looked into it. I actually looked into surrogacy.
process. Y'all don't know what's going on.
I have looked into it. I have. When I was a younger woman in my early 20s, I looked into it. I'm just gonna be honest.
All right, but you don't know where the skeet's coming from. Y'all, nobody knows.
What I'm saying is that you do know.
Nobody
because
knows.
They look up everything pertaining to. I'm not saying that Eboni K, I'm agreeing with all of that. I'm not saying that, but what I am backing up is they don't play about you lying about your application for donating sperm. And you, as the person who's paying 30K, 10K, whatever it is, you get to pick the individual who you decide on. They ask about college education, high school education, felonies.
That's what I'm saying. They are used cars so they can tell you whatever they want.
They look into it. They don't.
Y'all the same people that question everything about the government, all this stuff. Everything's a conspiracy. All of a sudden, y'all got this. When y'all want to believe something, y'all go wholehearted about something. Everything else a damn conspiracy.
I'm just telling you what I've seen.
So much sense, and everybody's telling the truth all of a sudden.
Now this is ironclad. Everything else is questionable, but now this elected procedure now ironclad. It can't go wrong. They out here serving us glued together fake meat. All right, they out here serving us up pesticides, GMO, all that. But however, the skeet is quality, top quality skeet, no questions asked. And if it's bad, you can sue us for all our money.
Usually, sperm donors do have a higher burden for the sperm donors. Normally, that's how they screen. They cannot just take anyone. There may be 100 people who donate, but only 60 get picked. So it's not a matter of just taking anyone. They have to.
These are not quality men, is what we're saying. They're not.
Most of them are.
No, they're not. They might look like it from the appearance, but they're down on their luck. They're not resourceful. They
students. They students that want to make extra money.
That's what you want to believe, and keep believing it.
That's what these statistics say.
All of a sudden, y'all believe in statistics now. You can't make
I never said I didn't believe in statistics. I believe in statistics.
Where?
Y'all like statistics.
Y'all don't acknowledge no stats. We do that.
Statistics don't lie. People lie. Statistics lie.
I'm just saying that I've actually looked into it. If I hadn't looked into it, I wouldn't say anything. But I have looked into it, and from my understanding, I'm not, of course, anything you have to question. But the way that they go about this is very, very specific. On top of, let's say they were lying, you still get to pick on who you want based off the answers and the proof that they give. And I have pulled up a fun fact that men between the ages of 18 and 35 are the ones who donate sperm. Okay, with a maximum age of 40.
Hey, have y'all ever taken y'all car to a dealership and they be like, your car is worked on by certified mechanics? They got, you go on their website, they have like this disclaimer: our mechanics are the best trained and your car is in good care. Meanwhile, these guys are back there drinking beers, popping pills, drunk, messing cars up. It's a disclaimer, Crystal. Of course, it's gonna sound good. So
I want to say,
let me get these super chats real quick. I'll let you go, Terry.
Okay.
Shout out to Jay Gray. And you muted, Mr. Walker. Ebony K, he says Ebony K popped her cudicata on a turkey baster.
Oh,
AKA the turkey basting bastards. Y'all already know.
That's great.
We here now. Ain't no turning back.
K Snoot, he says, what if her sperm donor is a bus driver? More than likely, that's probably like the best of the best.
No, stop the cap.
Ain't no wrong with
Bus
bus
drivers
drivers.
make 6 figures. Are y'all kidding?
Y'all think millionaires aren't out there giving
I know a bus driver that make easy 6 figures. He extremely intelligent. He could probably bench 300 pounds. Y'all don't want this nigga.
She would be ecstatic if that was from a bus driver. I promise you.
What's so negative about being a sperm donor?
Well, and here's the thing. I know for
Well,
sure.
man, we worry about our resourceful man's worried about his damn legacy. He ain't about to just go donate his sperm somewhere.
And let's also touch on this. Melanated men, it'd be a peer pressure thing. I know for sure in school, if I found out somebody going to donate skeet, we clowning him. We ain't like, yeah, so that's a thing too.
So there you go. That's at a younger age. When you're younger, it's more of a, you're gonna be humiliated. And as you get older, you either down on your luck and you need the money, or you're a resourceful man that wouldn't even think about doing something like that.
What about those with low sperm count? And then they go and find a man that has similar traits like his. Y'all out there looking at everything negative. It could be a positive thing that people donate sperm.
What did you say?
Just like you donate plasma, right? To put in the medicine.
No, this your life. This your legacy. We can't play with life. Y'all got to be kidding me right now, y'all.
I don't know anything about donating.
You do not know who your baby daddy is when you do sperm donation. You just have statistics about that person.
And Eboni K Williams, she don't know. She's gonna wait till her daughter turns 18 years old, and she'll hand her an envelope, and she said you can do what you want if you want to know who your father is.
Can I say this?
That's weak.
I have a different view. Look, I'm sorry, but I found that.
And by that time, real quick, Terry, by that time, this guy that was 22 years old in college, 18 years later, now he's 40 and on the street, and you're gonna say, here, go find your daddy. He's some homeless guy.
I mean,
you don't have those kind of details. They don't give you those kind of details. They give you.
What do you mean? We looking in the crystal ball to the future. It ain't no.
They don't give you those kind of detail. You wouldn't know how to go and find this particular person.
You got his name.
Unless you went into the office and stole some files, you wouldn't know who was your donor.
No, they do know. She had you got access. Yes, you do. Heathen Queen, that's a lie.
They don't. You cannot find out who the donor is unless somebody give you the file.
No, like Ebony K, this ain't some bonquisha that you just. It's levels to this. Ebony K said out her mouth. She said when her daughter turns 18, she has all the info of her father, and if her daughter wants to know who her father is, she can. That's what she said.
Yeah, I think you have the choice of knowing who the father is or not.
Yeah.
Like, you can decide if you want to or not. I just don't believe that it's this. Yes, like you said, anything can happen. The guy could turn out and be homeless.
Right.
But I think ultimately you're looking at the family history, and family history says a lot.
Right.
No, it don't. Not
and
with these new kids.
No,
that's where it's a lie. These new kids, they don't care about legacy. They are ruining family legacies.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether the daddy is a bus driver or not. That person has already been raised by Ebony K, and she's given that child all the resources that child needs. So even if I'm raised by a single parent and I got a rich mother who took me everywhere and did all the things she needs to do as a father, just because I go and find the daddy and he's a bum doesn't mean I'm going to have psychological problems because daddy was a bum.
Ebony K is she's about to finance. Well, listen, she's about to finance that baby. She's going to be no different in future, if you will. She'll be like the female future. She'll be paying for nannies. She'll have the money. She'll have the money to finance the kid. That's it. She ain't raising
nothing. But she lives with the kid. Future don't live with
she ain't. Ebony K going to be on the road. The kid going to be just like the girl Drea Michelle when they kids don't live with them. Y'all got to understand these kids don't live with these women.
Who? What?
By the time she steps into wanting to be a mother, we would almost assume she would want to actually be in the child.
She's not. No. But y'all just hit on
we don't know that.
They got a whole
You
village.
don't know that.
I like what the queen said. Ebony K got enough money and resources to make this all okay, right?
Yeah.
And I love that because we just had a conversation a while back where you said a man's resource and money don't mean nothing. But now all of a sudden it means the world. It even takes the place of a father now. All of a
There's
sudden.
a difference between a mother with resources who has a child with her than a dad who's across the world, like Future from his 10 kids, and he got resources. That's a different resource. When you live in a house with your mother and your mother has the resources, that's different from Future sending money over to the baby mama house. That's totally different.
I love your optimism. Let me get the rest of these super chats real quick.
But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single Black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new Black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of Black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. And number 2, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable Black sperm. You register.
And I want to stop it for a second. We're going to get right back. She said they got places where you can just drop it off in dispensers in Atlanta. And how many times do men lying on job applications, lying on anything? What are you talking about? They're not bringing these people.
Gavin, when you go and get a job.
Hold on. They're not bringing these men. There's not any tests, anything. You are dropping the stuff in the bank. They can check your history, whatever. It's over.
Gavin, when you get a job, don't they have to double verify your education? Yes, some people slip through and being a fake doctor or lying about going to Harvard, but most people have to verify their work history, their college diploma, whatever it is that they got going on, high school, whatever it is that they have going on. You have to show that at some point. Now, I'm not working there. I'm not caping for these people. Like you said, I don't know what they're ultimately doing, but I do know that looking through the application of what they ask for, they ask a lot of extensive questions. Well, I kind of agree with Tyranny. Do what you want to do with your life, Ebony, but why are you making this like the first choice? And maybe she's trying to stop like family court issues.
Are you thinking in the case of some educated, let's say you got Pookie and his cousin is some educated guy. He said, let me use your credentials, but I'm going to use my skeet. So Nug said, I'm going to use my skeet, but I'm going to use my cousin's credentials.
I'm not saying
going to fake it. I got access to my cousin's social security card and all that. Y'all don't think this stuff goes on?
I'm not saying it can't happen, but just like you said,
it is happening.
Black men aren't even given the skeet. That's the point. I was speaking to men in general, but Black men aren't even thinking of this, you know? So I don't think that
but which ones are? That's the thing. Which ones are?
I mean, savvy ones, you know, ones that might like
savvy.
I didn't.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
What's stupid is if they end up finding out you lied, and then your
savvy. Holy hell!
A guy who lies. What does he really have to lose? He said he in trouble if they find out he lies. What they gonna get from him? Except for more lies and wasted time.
I just don't think it's happening that much. I'm not saying it's not happening. I just don't think it's happening like
no,
that.
Y'all think that Eboni K Williams got Idris Elba skeet, and she don't. But I'm gonna let this keep going. Hit the like button if you're just coming in.
Register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex.
That is our beloved Eboni K Williams talking about this in detail. Now, to be honest, it seemed like right after this video, Eboni K Williams was sounding more and more like Kevin Samuels. She was telling Black women to get married out of college. You know, she was changing up her tune a little bit.
As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year.
That statement alone has a lot of the sisterhood upset with her. Now,
but it seems like for Eboni K Williams, that was a little bit too late. Eboni K Williams has become pregnant. I don't know exactly how. I'm assuming artificial insemination with Black sperm, but I am bothered by this comment that she made Eboni K Williams, thank you, God. Abundantly blessed and so excited to welcome my daughter to this world. Then she reads the scripture, he will give you the desires of your heart, Psalms 37:4. I'm sorry, man. I've seen so many African-American women use religion to their vantage point or to their position. But what they're doing, in my opinion, would be out of the context of God in the first place. And this is one of the things that really keeps, a lot of men from dealing in the Black community, because of this jaded religious point of view. First of all, you don't want to do what the scriptures are telling you in the first place, which is to do what? Okay. Find a husband, submit to that husband. That man is second before God. You have a problem with that. It didn't say submit to him if he makes more money than you. That's not what the scripture says, does it? Shout out to David Curo who pointed that out. No, it doesn't say that. It says submit to that man, and children should happen in the context of marriage. Everything else should be considered an abomination. And we see people thanking God for things that are abomination. You see it a lot on Facebook, man. This is one of the reasons why I had to stop being so active on Facebook on my individual profiles. You would have chicks, single moms, pregnant by 2 or 3 different guys, talking about how blessed they are to get pregnant. And all of the kids have different dads. And, this is a blessing. My kid is a blessing. And I'm thinking, well, is that what your Bible says in your head? Or is that what the Bible says in the actual book? Because in actuality, that's not the case. Furthermore, what does this indicate to Eboni K Williams? It indicates that, well, you failed. Okay. You're beautiful for sure. Educated. You had your opportunities with Black men and white men. Couldn't close the deal. Whose fault is that? So let's now make it seem good by shifting the goalposts to say that God gives you the desires of your heart. In actuality, I don't want to buy that, because you want to know who will suffer the most? The kid.
So here we go. She up here misquoting Bible scriptures and
context.
Yeah, I have a problem. I have a serious problem with that video, because we're acting as though every person is supposed to behave the same way everywhere. Not every person goes the same route. This is what this world is made of. People going different routes, getting different results.
So are you saying we can interpret the Bible however we see fit?
No, I'm not a religious person. I have nothing to do with Bible. But I'm saying,
do you? But just yes or no, boy. That's fine. But do you think that is fair to interpret how you see fit? Yes,
we get a lot of feedback.
People do it every day. People have been murdering in the name of God. People have been committing adultery in the name of God. So that means nothing. That word means nothing. So I'm saying she's interpreting it the way she wants to interpret, like most people are doing. And she feels as though God is blessing her with a child. She cannot find a mate.
That's called delusion.
But if you believe every human being is supposed to have a mate, and every human being is not supposed to have a mate,
so they are. If you go back,
the world is not made that way.
Well, if you go back and go read whatever book y'all read, there wasn't always monogamy in this world. So yes, y'all can all have a mate. Y'all got to share.
Now,
okay. That's bullshit, Gavin. Depends on how far back you want to go.
Right quick. Here, I like that. Every guy, every person isn't supposed to have a mate. Every woman ain't supposed to have a mate. And this is what I mean by doing what you want to do, whatever you want to do, because you've grown, and then making up new rules after you've made your decision not want to live with the consequences. That's not cool. That's not okay. Like, yeah, okay, every woman is supposed to have a mate, but now you can have a baby without a mate. And you can have a family without a mate. And that's what we're saying. Like, you can't bless this mess. It's
okay,
not
so then you need to go off on Leon. You need to go off
you.
You need to go off on all these men when they come up here talking about the Virgin Mary who conceived, who created Jesus by herself without a man. And all the scientists who found graves and graves of women who were here before men were ever here on this earth. You need to go off on all of them.
No, we're not. You missing the whole point. We're not questioning anybody who believes in any religion. We're questioning people who are falsely using things to fit their narrative.
What I'm saying is
hold on. And we called Leon out, but you don't put Brother Q in that same deal with Leon. He's walking in his faith. So Eboni K Williams is no damn Christian woman. She got a bastard baby in her stomach. You all out of context.
We don't know what Q doing behind closed doors. What I'm saying is
he ain't on the internet. He's not on the internet giving his information to the shade room. So that we shouldn't know what any of us is doing behind closed doors. That's the damn problem.
You're right. You're right. I shouldn't.
I got it. So women was here before man altogether.
What I'm saying is that there are some people who believe that. There are some scientists who believe that they found graves of women who were here before, the oldest bones and graveyards of women.
Crystal, my dear friend, do you think that women were here before men?
I would never. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't here.
You think it's possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Okay, so if it's possible, here's my thing. So if whatever entity placed woman here on Earth without a man, was she built different? Because we understand it is. Let's acknowledge that women cannot manipulate the environment to build shelter and take down game in a productive manner. So what you really believe that it's possible that whatever God people believe in was that? I would find it evil to put a woman on earth without a man, with all the things she go through. Like, I mean, just simple, basic, like just facts, natural facts, like a woman's cycle. Like that's gonna bring about wild animals. Like predators, apex predators trying to see, hey, we can smell the scent of blood, and they're gonna come see what it is.
Yeah,
100% of the time.
No, I hear where you're coming from, and if anything, that's why I think man eventually were created if we're going with that narrative. But we also have a lot of things. I'm never 100% in anything, like Gavin was saying earlier. I'm just one of those type of people where I see constant themes over and over again. And at some point you have to acknowledge that. Why is this a common theme? Why is this told from Mesopotamia to Egypt to America, that these are these common stories of these women being here? It's the same things. Like, we can't explain a lot about this earth. But I think it's a lot that we just can't, pinpoint. I can't say for sure, but I don't think it's off the table.
Well, we're not trying to have the whole religious discussion. We just call it Eboni K out on.
Okay, can I say this? Can I say this? Eboni K might have quoted the Bible, but there's lots of religions that believe the Bible. So can we not assume that because she quoted scripture from a book that was called the Holy Bible means she believes in the entity God and that she's a Christian?
Y'all shouldn't be quoting it.
Hold on, because Satanists read that exact same Bible.
Yeah,
so I just want to, let's just.
What do that got to do with the price of tea in China?
I just want to first put that out there because I believe in the Lord. Yesterday was my birthday, so y'all know I got.
All right, I don't think any human being. Listen. Let's get this understood on how we operate. I don't think any human being should be walking around reciting scriptures if you ain't in the damn church and living like that.
But it depends on what church she's going to, because there are
no, it don't depend. That's part of the problem. Nothing depends. It's all black and white. It don't depend.
Let me finish my point, right? I think what she's saying is demonic. I already said that I do not agree with you going around talking about we don't need a partner. I don't think that makes any sense. I was a single mother for the longest, and it was never my rhetoric that I don't want a partner. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, my internet sucks. But yeah, it was. I was a single mother for the longest, and it was never in my rhetoric that I don't want a partner. So I don't like the fact that she's only pushing, black. That's what she said. Black mothers need to be single mothers. Why? Why is this world doing that? What's that Asian movement that was just something? I don't even remember the damn movement. It's so many movements. It's so many movements in the black community to pull us apart. So me personally, I think what she's saying is wicked. But I just want to say, just because she quoted the Bible, doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I agree. People quote the Bible all the time, and it is a book. So people who are witches quote the
We're talking
Bible.
about children. We're talking about bringing life into the world. We got to
I
get
mean,
the
children
context.
are beautiful, and you guys are
Gotta
being
get the
disrespectful
context.
when you call them bastards. I mean, I don't think the Lord
That's what it
says.
is. Look up the definition.
Nobody lives.
I'm a bastard, and the Lord is not going to tell me I can't go into the kingdom of heaven because
Abuse
my mom
Nobody
said.
lives strictly by the Bible on this planet. Nobody lives strictly by the Bible on this planet, unless
Kid, what do you mean?
get to all of
That's-
those. So her veering away from the Bible, or her veering away from the teachings, or saying something.
That's part of the problem. Things were not always like this. Y'all made shit like this. That's the problem.
What do you mean, Gavin?
Y'all done kept devaluing and remixing and doing whatever y'all want to do and making whatever. Y'all done remix the Bible and did whatever y'all wanted with this stuff and manipulate it and here we are. Y'all think y'all can
But
do whatever
children
y'all
are
want.
beautiful. So
Back in the day, back in 100 years ago, you ain't have women getting themselves pregnant, walking around saying, well, God said, this is a wonderful thing, and God.
Women back in the day did.
Y'all did this to yourselves.
All these people, and I think about this, and I dare not compare her to Cynthia G, but I want to just talk about Cynthia G. Cynthia G was another person who, in my honest opinion, was unstable. Not saying Eboni K Williams is. I'm just saying she's another person that's unstable. And she got pregnant, not for the reason of staying with that man. Cynthia G got pregnant to have a child. And Cynthia G could not even love her child enough to stop her shenanigans here on YouTube. Okay? She could not get away from herself. So when the child was born, she had all the opportunities to clean her act up. She had every opportunity to do the right thing, but she didn't. Cynthia G blew a $20,000 a month income, right? Because of her hatred of the Black community and Black men, and lost that income, got kicked off of the platform, and probably met poverty. But she didn't care about that kid. If she did, she would have stopped. She didn't care about that kid enough, because if she did, she would give that kid a father that would actually be in his life. But it's about what they want. It's the desires of your heart, and that's the similar thing wrong with Eboni K Williams. But what about what's best for the kid? They don't care. And how do these kids turn up? Over the last 50 years in the Black community, I know it's taboo to talk about this, but in comparisons to other kids, you see, we're always talking about the absentee Black father. All Black men don't want to step up in their relationships and take care of their women. Well, if that is the case, why would you want to put your child in more danger? And I'm talking about those who have this particular argument. I'm not saying Eboni K Williams will, but I'm sure she has a very similar argument from what I've heard her talk about. Why do you then become mothers and then put your kid through that stress if you feel like, well, it's going to be hard, it's struggle, it's difficult? People believe because they have money, because they have education, being a parent is easy. It's not easy. Of a young child, it's not easy, especially being a girl parent. No father figure there to be there with the child. It's really sad. And I hate to see our kids come up in the Black community like that, because they're already at a disadvantage. They don't know how to communicate with the opposite sex. And that goes for men and women, children alike. They both suffer. No one wins in such a scenario. Nobody wins. And we're always putting people in. No one wins. Even the mother who feels like she's gaining something because she wants a kid, she doesn't win. I've seen it all the time, especially in America, and now I live in Africa. I don't know how many women I come across that want to have a child, or that go out there and have a child. You know who suffers? Everyone else. Society suffers. And there's a lot of evidence of seeing that in America. The community suffers. Now, Eboni K Williams happens to be doing somewhat financially okay. That doesn't mean that socially she'll have everything figured out. And it's just a sad thing when you decide to have a child without the mother or father being there. It really robs the child of that situation.
The delay. But yeah, shout out to O'Shea. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Ebony's food bar out here. All right. I'll say that. Also, we rolling the timeouts out. The timeouts are out. So
his voice just irritates me. Any man who talks to men more than men or women, or talking to women more than men, is just, it's that suspect behavior for me. But also too, like, we need to stop just thinking that we know so much about another person's life more than we actually do. From my understanding, Cynthia G was a part of the power movement before she went into this rant of disliking Black men.
Because she got knocked up by Nug Nug and she resented black men after that.
I don't even.
We don't know that.
Baby.
We don't
I
know
mean,
what.
I don't think she gave birth to a child.
Yeah, she did. Cynthia's a single mom.
No, nobody knows that. Not at all.
Yeah,
Cynthia's
a single mom.
I don't know, but my thing is we act like we know a lot when it comes to these internet personalities, and I'm just not willing to bet my bottom dollar on that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable just saying for sure I know this about her and this and that. I don't know enough about her.
We're not accepting the fact that she has a kid. That's wild. So like I don't understand, but nevertheless, I like what Duke O'Shea Jackson said. Like we got to stop with the selfishness. All of this madness, all of this, like seriously, selfishness is a disease. Whoever said that in the chat, bravo, it is, and it's tanking the whole race, let alone just this community. It's sick.
The let's just say it's the sperm bank is full of black sperm. Wouldn't it be the okay? Why not? Well, okay. Wouldn't it be the person that's donate the sperm, the irresponsible one, versus the one that's picking up the sperm and raising it and taking care of it and putting it?
That's the same argument. So that's the same argument of a woman opening her legs, but the man went in and skeeted in her. It's the same exact argument.
Okay. But these women are taking your sperm because you're low lives that's truck drivers and make 30K a year.
Oh, that's you.
Your sperm, hold on, and we're putting it in nice houses. We're giving it cars. We're giving it education. You niggas, hold on. Let me.
Is this camera on me? Yes. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Oh, no. My other Gemini side about to kick in because y'all
got. You better leave Gwen man alone and let him drive them trucks.
But see, and they
I ain't got nothing against truck drivers. Shout out to the truck drivers.
Yeah. CDLs is good, but they don't appreciate us. We're taking your nothing sperm and making it into something beautiful in this life. And you're welcome if you ever want to, call on it and check on it and see how your sperm is doing. This black woman picked up your sperm and took care of it. Why y'all see stuff so negative? You niggas is the one out there giving away your sperm for $100 a donation. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. So again, I like paint the picture. This amazing, God-fearing, innocent, perfect woman said just all of a sudden said, oh, well, since there's just skeet in this bank, I ought to go get some and take care of these unloved, unborn children.
Cats, dogs, don't y'all get cats and dogs from the shelter? We're picking up your sperm from the shelter. We're taking care of your seed. So, and at least she gets to go and pick that high value sperm.
Everything you've been saying, Tierney, is absolute captivity. Everything. Every word.
They give away their sperm for free, Tierney. Any chance they get, they give it away for free.
They don't appreciate us, bro.
What does today's modern woman charge for her womb? $40?
I mean, I don't know what they charge.
At least she charging. The man ain't charging nothing. He can give his sperm away.
At least today's woman so honorable. She charging you $40 for her womb. Yeah, there we go.
Women got a price. The men ain't got no price.
She get her rent paid, her cell phone paid, her nails done, her hair done.
Low rent argument.
What we're saying is right. What we're saying is men's sperm is so men consider their sperm so unvaluable, they will give it to the biggest 304.
That's not true. That's not true. You speaking about Nug. Y'all gotta stop.
It's the truth. They're giving their sperm away to any woman that will let them give it away.
Incorrect. That's incorrect. That's absolutely
only Nug Nugs. Only Nug Nugs go to the sperm bank. Right. Only Nug Nugs are at the sperm bank. Is that what y'all are saying? No, how about you?
More than likely a future Nug Nug. Listen, let me grab these super chats. Shout out to Jay Gray. He says the word bastard is in the Bible. Its Hebrew word is mamzer.